Hands up. Filthy hands where I can see them. Officer Calloway roared as his boot exploded through the Avery family's front door. Flashlights cut through the dark, slicing across the narrow hallway as shouts filled the air. Same kind, every time, he spat, sweeping the house like it was already condemned. His rifle locked onto Ruth Avery, trembling in her nightgown. "Please, this is our home," she whispered, voice breaking. The blast swallowed her voice before mercy could reach her. Ruth collapsed beside the couch, blood spreading fast. "Target neutralized," Calloway muttered. Marcus Avery dropped to his knees, pressing her wound and calling 911. None of them knowing the man they'd just ambushed was a former Navy SEAL commander. Before we go any further, comment where in the world you are watching from and make sure to subscribe, because tomorrow's story is one you don't want to miss. The living room glowed softly in the blue light of the TV. Marcus Avery sat back in his worn leather recliner, his attention drifting between the military documentary and his wife Ruth, who was curled up on the couch nearby. She had her reading glasses perched on her nose, reviewing patient files from her clinic with the dedication that made her such a respected nurse in their community. Their phones buzzed simultaneously. Imani's face appeared on the video call, her bright smile lighting up both screens. "Just checking in on my favorite people before bed," she said. "You should be sleeping, baby girl," Ruth said, but her voice was warm with motherly affection. "Says the woman still doing paperwork at midnight," Imani teased. "Dad, make her go to bed." Marcus chuckled. "You know your mother. Once she starts something, she has to finish it." They chatted about Imani's latest social media campaign and Ruth's difficult cases at the clinic. The conversation wrapped up with quiet love and promises to meet for Sunday dinner. The house settled back into peaceful silence, broken only by the soft voices from the TV and the rustle of Ruth's papers. The crash came without warning. The front door exploded inward, wood splinters flying through the air. Before either of them could move, blinding light and deafening bangs filled their kitchen. Marcus's military training kicked in instantly, 20 years of muscle memory taking over. He dropped low, scanning entry points, cataloging threats, his breath controlled and steady despite the chaos. "Police, don't move!" Multiple voices shouted over each other. Ruth had stood up, her medical reports scattered across the floor. Her hands were raised high, her voice shaking but clear. "We're unarmed, we're weapon." The shout came from an officer at the front. Caucasian, early 30s, aggressive stance. His finger was already squeezing the trigger. The gunshot cracked through the air. Ruth's body jerked backward, her reading glasses flying off her face. She crumpled to the kitchen floor, her floor robe spreading out around her like spilled watercolors. Marcus moved with controlled precision, every motion deliberate. "Officer, stand down. I'm applying pressure to a wound." His voice carried the unmistakable command presence of a SEAL commander. He reached for a dish towel, pressing it against the spreading red stain on Ruth's side. With one hand maintaining pressure, he pulled out his phone and dialed 911. The operator's voice crackled through. "911, what's your emergency?" "This is Marcus Avery at 1242 Maple Grove Lane. I have an officer-involved shooting victim requiring immediate medical attention. My wife has been shot. I am applying pressure to a chest wound." His voice remained steady, professional. "I am currently in my kitchen. There are 2 mugs on the counter, 1 knife on the cutting board, 1 dish towel being used for pressure. There are no weapons in this room." "Get your hands where we can see them," an officer screamed. "Stand up," another demanded.